Imagine it's 3 in the morning, you're sound asleep in your cozy bed, when suddenly you hear blood-curdling screams coming from somewhere outside. That's exactly what happened to the author of the following recording. Let's watch. The creepiest part? The recording cuts off at the most tense moment, when the figure had almost crossed the street and shuffled right up to the cameraman's house. No explanations, no follow-up. Basically, zero info about what happened next. That's probably why the clip went viral, because the main question was left unanswered. What the heck even was that? Skeptics, however, believe it's just the work of AI, and that there's no point stressing over it. This video was shot in a large supermarket. The author of the recording says he came to the store and headed to the kitchenware and household goods section to film the available stock before buying something. But instead, he managed to capture something far more interesting and even frightening. Let's take a look. A white, semi-transparent figure of a girl was moving at the end of the aisle. Then she stopped, looked at the guy, and abruptly shot off somewhere. What is this? A supermarket ghost? A prank hologram meant to mess with shoppers? Or just another edit for clout? A couple is driving home along a rainy road. Suddenly, a motorcyclist appears in front of them, with a woman in a long, white dress sitting behind him. Already looks pretty weird. But the feeling that something was off about her never left them for a second, so they decided to film it. Warning, if you've got weak nerves, please watch with your eyes closed. Otherwise, you might just about lose it.
Wih, tu kan tu pontianak seram gila. Rider tu tak perasan ke?
Hujan ni meremang bulu rumah aku.
Astagfirullah.
Of course, considering she literally ended up on the windshield, it becomes clear this is the work of AI. But man, was it unexpected. Late one evening, a woman stepped out onto her balcony to get some fresh air, when suddenly, she noticed something strange. On the empty night beach, right across from her house, stood a figure in white, completely detached, as if lost in its own world, just standing there alone at the water's edge.
A rua completamente deserta. Tem os carros parados aqui, mas é de morador, né? E eu tô vendo novamente a bendita mulher ali. Olha, eu tô vendo ela ali, gente. Isso não pode ser alucinação. Não pode ser. Eu tô vendo ela lá no pedral. Ali é onde as ondas quebram. Ó, desculpa a qualidade da imagem. Meu telefone é péssimo. Eu recebi um monte de comentário falando, ai, que não sei o que, porque a mulher pode estar passando por uma depressão, a moça pode estar passando por um estado depressivo e você não faz nada, não sei o que, só fica filmando, sai correndo, ajudar ninguém ajuda, um monte de crítica.
The woman suspected something wasn't right and decided she should go out and check if everything was okay. But things clearly didn't go according to plan.
Vamos comigo. Vocês vão ir comigo agora? Vamos ver. Vamos lá. Seja o que Deus quiser. Deus me acompanhe. Que ela aceite ajuda. Eu vou correntinho. Vai que ela se joga lá das pedras, né? Olha ali, ó. Ela tá ali, gente. Moça? Ai, deixa eu dar zoom no meu telefone. também não vou me aproximar tanto, né? Vai que ela enlouquece de novo, igual aquele dia. Ai, senhor. Ô, moça! Moça! Moça, tá precisando de ajuda, moça? Gente, olha. Eu tô numa certa distância, ó. Aqui é um pedral. As ondas estão batendo ali. Ali é um pedral muito mais alto. O que essa mulher tá fazendo aí, meu Deus? Deus me ajude. Moça. Por favor, moça, eu quero ajudar. Eu quero ajudar, moça. Moça, tá precisando de ajuda? Moça? Ô, moça!
Scared out of her mind, the woman panicked and tried to run. And, judging by her later videos, she succeeded. But I'm guessing after this incident, she won't be staying so naive and kind-hearted. The next recording was made by a security camera inside a house, and what happens in it still haunts many viewers to this day. The girl claims the video was shot just 1 week after the funeral of a close relative. This caused quite a stir, since some see the haze very differently, believing it's a sign of something supernatural. Soon after, another similar incident occurred.
Will you ever move back to Ohio? Hell no. You know, that's funny because my family asked me to move back when I got out of the military, right? Hold up. Hold up.
What's also interesting here is the girl's own reaction. She notices it instantly, and you can tell from her face that what happened caught her completely off guard. The girl's friends tried to explain it away as camera glare, a lighting issue, or a reflection from the window. However, none of these theories seems convincing. The next video was shot on a front-facing camera. A girl is vibing, moving to the music basically, making content for her socials. But there's one catch. And that's when you can see a creepy face slowly starting to peek out from behind her, like something straight out of a horror movie. It just stares at her, at us, through the screen. In the creepiest part, she doesn't notice a thing, just keeps having fun like everything's fine. Whether it's fake or genuinely creepy stuff is for you to decide, but that face looks seriously disturbing. The next story happened to a food delivery driver named Marcus Wilson. On the evening of the 28th of April, 2026, Marcus was driving to deliver another order. The route was ordinary, but at some point, he noticed the road ran between two cemeteries. Endless rows of graves stretched out on both sides. Even for someone who works nights, the atmosphere was creepy as hell. But the real nightmare began a little later.
Cemetery. Let's call it a cemetery.
It all happened so fast that Marcus didn't notice anything in the moment. Only later, rewatching the dashcam footage, did he see something flash right in front of the windshield. And if the strangeness had ended there, he might have just forgotten all about it. But that was only the beginning.
Doing my usual Uber eating, dropping off some food. I swear, this our whole address gotta be something by something. When I see this again, I'm just not gonna accept it. So I'll tell you that. So make sure I'm not tripping. Make sure I'm not tripping. So, I'm dropping off the DoorDash. The Uber Eating, I can't even get my daggone company straight. And you're gonna see a vibration. You're gonna see tapping at the window. It's definitely here. What the? Hell no. Hell no. Oh, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. What the? What? What the? No. Oh hell, what the hell, no, hell.
Of course, each of these events on its own could still somehow be explained. A strange object in front of the windshield, a moving boot, a door handle, a car door opening by itself. But when all of this happens back to back within just a few minutes, the picture becomes far more unsettling. One family went on a harmless water ride at a popular theme park. Mom, dad, and their little son. Dad was filming everything on his phone, capturing how much the kid was enjoying the ride. But suddenly, something strange entered the frame. Let's take a look. You can see the child suddenly turn around, as if sensing something behind him. And sure enough, if you look closely, you can spot a creepy hand that seems to be reaching out of the water. But nobody noticed it in the moment. Only later, rewatching the footage, did they see it. Ever since, the parents have been asking themselves, what even was that? A camera glitch? Or the hand of a drowned spirit that never left the waters of that river? There's no answer. But now, these definitely won't be just vacation memories. They'll be terrifying memories for life. The next video was found on YouTube. According to the description, the recording was made back in 2008 on an abandoned, remote plot of land, far from any people. The author himself admits he already showed this clip many years ago, but decided to revisit it. And the reason is pretty clear. Even after almost 20 years, this video still looks creepy as hell. The scariest thing here isn't even the pale creature's appearance, but the way it moves. Watching it, many people were reminded of the creature known as the Rake. The resemblance to the internet legend is so obvious that thousands of viewers are convinced this clip is real. Skeptics think otherwise. Minimal lighting, a lousy camera, and a few seconds of action. It all looks like a typical clout-chasing video, but either way, even today, this recording looks far more convincing than most modern fakes. One woman heard her neighbor loudly calling her name right under her window. It was well past midnight, and such an unexpected visit seemed strange to her. Feeling uneasy, she turned on her camera and decided to check what was going on. And what she managed to capture will make you shake with fear and might even make some of you soil your pants.
ใครมาเรียกดึกๆดื่นๆวะเนี่ยตีหนึ่งแล้วจ้า
In front of the house stood her neighbor with her head hanging down. She stood there, motionless, until the woman turned on her flashlight. When the neighbor suddenly lifted her head, the camera woman nearly had a heart attack, and that's where the recording cut off. But what the hell was wrong with her face? It was so distorted and terrifying, as if she were possessed by something otherworldly. Real possession? Or is the neighbor a god-tier prankster? As always, that's for you to decide. A Brazilian woman named Natalia Costa was never into the occult, and she certainly never made content about ghosts and the like. Her videos were of an ordinary, everyday nature, typical of most girls on social media. But one day, during another recording, something happened that still sparks debate among many.
Meu Deus, meu Senhor, me ajuda.
Realizing she had seen something inexplicable, Natalia literally bolted from her spot and ran away. The girl looked genuinely terrified, and that's exactly what made the clip go so viral. The way I see it, there are two options. Either Natalia was pranked by a family member, or that day the camera really did capture something paranormal. In this video, a young mom named Amanda is filming her daughter playing in front of a glass cabinet. At first glance, it's an ordinary family clip, but for Amanda, it holds special meaning. In that cabinet, the woman keeps the ashes and belongings of her mother, who passed away very recently. But the strangest part comes a bit later. At one point, a dark figure flashes in front of the camera. Amanda is certain it was her mother, and she takes it as a sign from above. But other viewers don't see it that way, and they're warning the woman to be careful. This video was posted on social media by a taxi driver. According to him, he was parked near a cemetery, choosing his next ride. And here's what the security camera facing the interior of the car captured. When users asked why he was even reviewing the footage, if nothing had happened to him, the driver answered like this. At that moment, I felt a strange chill, and I had this deeply anxious feeling in my soul, as if my subconscious kept telling me, get out of here. And you know what? As soon as I drove about 500 meters away, it all stopped. That's exactly why. After my shift, I went through the footage, and as it turned out, not for nothing. I don't take rides in that area anymore. If these stories gave you chills, hit subscribe so you never miss the next one. Drop a comment below telling me which story creeped you out the most, and don't forget to like this video if you made it to the end. See you in the next